Well, well, well. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I'm having a little bit of I wouldn't call it a rebound, but a little bit of a feeling of exhaustion. Well, a lot of exhaustion and a little bit of a sort of chest cold sensation. So I just took some cough syrup for the first time in about 5 or 6 days, 5 days. Hello, Dawn. Glad you like that picture. Hello, Neuro. Hello, Mary. I'm going to drink a little hot tea. I'm not gonna sing. If I sing, I think it'll just make me cough. Um, but I'm going to drink a little tea and I'm going to show you the two books that I've been reading and really enjoying. Um, and then I'm going to open to a random page of this book, Zen Essence. Not senescence, not zenessence, Zen essence. Senescence, which is a fancy way of saying you're getting old. um, okay. Real detachment. Here's page 39. Where people of today dwell, I do not dwell. What people of today do, I do not do. If you clearly understand what this really means, you must be able to enter a pit of fire with your whole body. Okay, quote. Where people of today dwell, I do not dwell. Where people of today, what people of today do, I do not do. End quote. If you clearly understand what this really means, you must be able to enter a pit of fire with your whole body. Yeah, pit of fire. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but we can contemplate it. Uh, yes, I am drinking throat coat tea. Throat coat. Uh, oh, here's a quote on the back of this little tea. What is this thing called? That's the tea bag. What's this thing called? Dawn, I think that's the idea. It's supposed to make I think that's exactly what these little koans are supposed to do. I don't know if that counts as a koan, but but something that has a little bit of a sense of a riddle or a mystery. It is supposed to make your brain feel fuzzy, and I think that then the idea is just to observe the fuzziness. Let's do it one more time. Here's the quote. Where people of today dwell, I do not dwell. What people of today do, I do not do. End quote. If you clearly understand what this really means, you must be able to enter a pit of fire with your whole body. Fuzzy, fuzzy. Does anyone know, is there a word we can learn to increase our vocabularies to refer to the piece of paper attached to the piece of string attached to the tea bag? I don't know. Here's a little ceramic dish from Joby Pottery is the local potter. Joby Pottery. And among the things they sell, these little pinch pots with little fishies on them. And I'm going to put I feel like a Mr. Rogers. I'm going to put my little tea bag in there. All right. Well, that's true. It isn't. It is not necessary. That thing. Yeah, it's just a little tickly cough. It's not a. Oh, Leslie, I'm not still sick, but thank you for your concern. No, the COVID came and went in 2 days or 3 days. I just have this suddenly this evening a little tickly cough. Although, I don't know. You could say I'm still sick. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so don't feel terrible though. A taglet. Yeah, let's go with taglet. Mary, I like that. It's a taglet. Okay. Here's a book I've really been loving. Not just because the cover is so beautiful. It's called The Penguin Book of Japanese Short Stories, with a foreword by Murakami and edited by Jay Rubin. I think I showed it and mentioned it on the show last week or 2 weeks ago. It's just great. As I probably said, my one complaint is it doesn't say what year each of the stories is from. What year each of the stories was written or was published. There's some incredible stories in here, and it's like a visit to Japanese literature through, and I'm wrong. I just turned to the page where it says 1898. See, under editorial note, it doesn't say next to each story when they were written. But here we go. The very first one is 1898, the most recent 2014. So it's 116 years of literature. I just read the most incredible story in here. It's about a woman who's taking care of her mother, who's turning into sugar. Did you ever read fiction that's so convincing and so complete in its rendering of its little world created by the author that you feel like it's real, to the point where you gotta look it up? I'm looking it up right now. Is there a disease where you turn to sugar? Of course there isn't. No, saccharinization. Yeah, but this is just an incredible story. Anyway, that was the latest one that I read. Okay, this book I really love it. What else can I say about it? One of the wildest portrayals of an artist I have ever read in my life. This is by Akutagawa. Akutagawa, who is, I think, like the great granddaddy of 20th century Japanese literature. Akutagawa, and the big literature prize in Japan is named for him. And this is a story called Hell Screen. It's absolutely wild. It's about an artist who has been commissioned by the local noble, the local prince or noble person, to paint some scenes of hell on some screens. And the artist is driven to extreme and severe lengths to do the project justice. And he has apprentices who have to dress up as the characters that he wants to portray. He's a very accomplished painter, but it seems like he doesn't have the greatest ability to imagine things from scratch. He needs to look at models. So he sort of tricks one of his apprentices into his workshop and has the apprentice get attacked by a horned owl so that he can quickly draw sketches of what it looks like when a beautiful young man is being harried by an owl. Totally sociopathic. It would be considered workplace abuse and all that in our era. He wants to portray some character who's bound in chains as part of their suffering of hell. I don't know anything about what like Japanese ideas about what hell is like, but it doesn't seem that different from the Christian, like kind of Renaissance Christian painting, or like Dante, or ideas of burning and suffering and spears piercing people's flesh. So he basically gets one of his apprentices into the studio and has him disrobe, and then he just ties him up in chains and throws him on the floor so that he could, and it's to the point where the guy can't move. So he's just lying there completely tied up in chains, and the artist is furiously sketching him from every angle. And then a snake that the apprentice doesn't know is in the workshop. The artist keeps various things to help him with his painting. He has a snake in a jug in the corner. The snake gets loose, and the snake almost bites the chained up apprentice who can't move to defend himself. Anyway, it goes from there. It gets even worse. But it's just a great portrayal of an artist completely lost to the world in the act of creation. Lurking. Yes, lurking. This is good, this throat coat stuff. It's the more hippie throat coat. It's not the one in the yellow box. That's a little sweet. This is the one that's more like botanical naturals. We picked the leaves from the forest floor after they fell naturally. They died natural deaths. Okay. I'm not making fun of the hippies. I love hippies. I aspire to be a hippie. Okay, this is the other book that I'm reading. That is, I finished it, but it's absolutely incredible. Jesus' Son by Dennis Johnson. My friend Kit sent me this. A few weeks ago, my friend Kit sent me a novel by this guy called Tree of Smoke, and I'm still attempting to read it. I can't make heads or tails of it. I find it just very hard to know what the hell is going on. It's a thick novel that takes place in the Philippines during the Vietnam War, and there's a guy, the protagonist, who claims to be working for Dole Pineapple, but you get the feeling that maybe he works for the CIA. It's unclear what he's doing. I don't know what's going on in that novel, but these stories are the most harrowing portrayals of people really suffering, living down and out, living in the streets, living in impoverished riverside communities in, I don't know where they are. I don't know what state they're in, but they're somewhere in the Midwest, I think. So one of the stories, Heroin. The lyric quoted from Heroin by Lou Reed is a 1966 song, but these stories are from 1992. So these stories are only 30 years old and change. They're really. Here's the quote from which the title of the book comes. It's Lou Reed from the song Heroin. When I'm rushing on my run and I feel just like Jesus' son. These are portrayals of people who are suffering with addiction. They're suffering with a complete desperation. They resort to crime, but they think and speak very poetically. It's kind of like it's very poetic. It's like reading. It's reading about suffering, and then suddenly a poetic language will spring forth. From the back. It says, Jesus' Son is a visionary chronicle of dreamers, addicts, and lost souls. Here's what Mary Gateskill, a great short story writer, had to say about it. Intense, vicious, and beautiful, these stories are fraught with a cutting wit purposefully juxtaposed against the too big sentimentality of a drunk. I had to read that sentence a few times. It left me feeling fuzzy. Dennis Johnson is an exquisite writer. Yeah, I agree. I agree after reading this. He's an exquisite writer. The novel still has me lost. Whew. All right, that's what's happening in literature. I was so wiped out today. I'm assuming it's not rebound COVID because I don't have any of the other symptoms. I don't think. But I still was testing positive this morning. I don't know. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, people? It's with us. It's a real thing. COVID-19. 5 years later, we still got it. Anne says she needs redemption. Is there any in that book? There absolutely is redemption in this book. but no treacly, cheap, unearned redemption. There's the redemption of just absolute naked humanity. I recommend it, Anne. Definitely. Who was it who I was just reading? Oh, the Chelsea Hotel. It's funny you mentioned that, Leslie. I was just watching a lecture by this English poet who was just fantastic, from Cambridge University. And he said when he would come to New York, that's where he would stay. He was talking about the Chelsea Hotel. And how there was this one guy in the Chelsea Hotel. I'll find the name of this poet. It was so great. Oh, I know where to find it here. Because I sent my friend a text about it. Because he has a it was Ian and Daniel. Here it is. The poet's name is.
It's not on the sheet because I think it works better read aloud.
Here we go. This is that poet reading the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge. I pledge allergy to the flail of the United States of Amigo, and to the reputation for which it stands, one national park under Godmother, indivisible with lice and cable for allegiance. I pledge allegory to the flagellant of the United Statistic of Ammunition, and to the reproduction for which it stands, one naughtiness under good, indivisible with lick and juvenile for anatomy. I pledge a lelomorph to the flagelliform of the United State of the Art of American English, and to the repudiation for which it stands, one nationalism under one go-getter, indivisible with library science and juvenile court for Alleluia. On my hop I will try to serve Godmother, my coup de grace, and to live by the give-and-take scramble lawn. On my hoodlum I will try to serve Goose, my coupon, and live by the gladioli scrappy laxative. On my honours of war I will try to serve go-go dance, my country music, and to live by the gizmo scowl lawyer.
All right, there. His name is Jeff Ward. Jeff Ward. I'm gonna post that in the. I think I might have posted it the other day, but anyway. Leslie says in all caps that if you're testing positive, you still have COVID. You know, it's not true. I'm afraid. I spoke with a doctor in my family who explained you could still be testing positive and shedding virus, but you could be not contagious and asymptomatic. So if you're not contagious and you're not symptomatic, but you're testing positive, you mean to tell me that means you still have COVID? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't have all the answers. Jeff Ward. This Jeff Ward, who teaches American poetry, he teaches at a. No, that's true, Jay. I am still a little symptomatic. That's absolutely true. Today I am. This Jeff Ward got really turned on by American poets and then became a student of American poetry and then became a teacher of American poetry and other poetry. And I think he writes poetry also. Just a great lecture. I posted it there. Thank you, JX, for keeping an eye on me. Whew. I want to know what love is. That's Foreigner. That was cheesy. Who are those guys? Air Supply. Remember those cheesy songs? All Out of Love. Hey, Mila. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I mean, those were high mid-'80s schmaltz. I mean, those were really great songs. Were those guys Australian? Air Supply. Rock duo. Soft rock. Yeah, they're from Australia. 1975 they formed. Englishman Graham Russell and Australian Russell Hitchcock. Making Love Out of Nothing at All. Oh my God, that was a huge hit. All Out of Love was 1980. All right, that's a. They were great songs. Yeah, I mean, that was great stuff. It was cheesy, but it was great. Nah, I can't try to sing tonight. I'm going to just start coughing. Yeah, cheesy Air Supply. I'm with you, Mary. They're good. What's schmaltzier than schmaltz? So it's funny you say schmatzier. So schmaltz without the L is schmatz. And schmatz is when you go, when you eat, when you smack your lips, that's called schmatzing. But schmaltz is chicken fat, and it refers to overly sentimental music or art, which we all know. Whew. I don't like that. I don't like Leslie all capping me and then hurling invective in my direction. I'm deleting that comment. Leslie, you're on notice. You're in the penalty box. And then there's schmutz. Oh, schmutz, which is dirt, but schmultz. I don't think there's schmultz. That would be dirty schmaltz. Schmultz. I'm not sure. Spray us with your whatever. Drop me in your steaming vat. Make me split like chicken fat. That's a good one. Thank you for the book title. I'm a friend of Bill W's for 27 years. All right. Very nice. Yeah, those were the titles tonight. Jesus' Son by Dennis Johnson. Great. And The Penguin Book of Japanese Short Stories. Great. And Zen Essence, which is one of these small little Shambhala editions. Going in Circles. Okay, here, we'll read this and then we might wrap up a little early. Wait, you're a friend of Bill W. Wait, Bill W. I'm trying to remember which Bill W. Okay, Going in Circles. Why do you not understand your mind? Huh? Huh? Why do you not understand your mind? First, you make your own mind into a cliche, then you use your mind to seek its realization. This is called driving a spike into a stump and then running in circles around the stump. Let's try that one more time. Why do you not understand your own mind? First, you make your own mind into a cliche, then you use your mind to seek its realization. Oh, so it's like the paradox of trying to use your mind to understand your mind, which is, I guess, solipsistic. It's you can't use use a thing to try to understand that same thing. This is called driving a spike into a stump and then running in circles around the stump. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Luskus Delf. Whew. Today is now, yeah. Okay. All right. Bill Wilson. Got it. Thank you. Rocky Mountain throat syrup. Thank you. My throat actually feels fine. I just have that tickly cough, which I know from back in my opera days. It's just like a breath-related thing. Oh, self-awareness. Okay. No. You haven't been deleted, Leslie. I would never delete you. Are you kidding? Just that one screed you posted. That one I banished to the dustbin of history. Okay, everybody. I am going to drink some more hot liquids, lie down again. I shall see you tomorrow evening. Jidhu, oh, Krishnamurti. Okay, hey, Lavelle. Krishnamurti. Yeah, I got to read some more of Krishnamurti. Okay, thanks, everybody. Thank you, Mary, for the good wishes. I wish everyone a restful, healthy, peaceful evening. See you tomorrow night. Thank you for your eyes and your ears.